Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world today. We are back, My Mortgage Hound live stream on Saturday. I got the sign half working. It was all working and then it stopped, and then I got it half working. So we're gonna run with it. My goal is next week have the whole sign working. All right, how's everyone doing? We'll give everyone a second to jump on before we dive into it. Today, well, let's back up a little bit. A couple months ago, I helped some friends of mine who are relocating to Boise, Idaho, purchase a new home. And in that process, I met Liz Phillips. She's a real estate agent in Boise, and she blew me away. Her communication was over the top. Her attention to details was something that I'm not used to seeing. Of course, the agents that participate in the live stream, like Troy Jensen, Gavin Huckins, they are all excellent and have great attention to detail, but Liz Phillips had a special touch. So I've stayed in touch with her, and she sent me 3 listings we're gonna look at today in Boise. So I thought we would do a fun Let's Relocate to Boise episode. And if you are in Boise and you are watching, give me your top reasons why you like living in Boise, Idaho. As always, I did a little bit of prep for the stream, looked at Liz's listings. I didn't go too far in depth because you guys know I like to look at them live with you on the stream. The one thing that stood out to me was the property taxes. I can't get over the property taxes in Boise, Idaho. So we'll look at that this morning. So I know it's beautiful outside. Everyone wants to get out and get their weekend going. I got to go to the dump after this, so I'm looking forward to that. But grab your coffee, lock in. We're going to have a fun stream here. All right. Let's do our housekeeping, let's start with our weekly statistics. Every week, Gavin Huckins over at Berkshire Hathaway sends over our market statistics. This is for Clark County, Southwest Washington. I don't have these for Idaho. Maybe if Liz, if you're watching, if you can send these over, I'll put them on next week. But in Clark County, 232 listings. That's a lot, but it's down 24% from the prior week. Pending sales, the homes have gone into contract, up 12%, and then 162 listings were sold or closed, listings that were pending that are now closed. This is the first time we've seen it inverted, and the time of year is exactly right, okay? School's out next week for most kids. So everyone, the buying season is here, and we're starting to see the more homes sold than are hitting the market. And that's fine. It's to be expected. It happens every year as long as it's not extreme and consistent. So we're going to be watching this very closely and see what it does to our home values. Where does our room for negotiation go? Are we going to be in bidding wars with multiple buyers on a home? So that's something we're going to be paying a very, very close attention to. All right. Lockbox activity. So every time a real estate agent opens a lockbox on a home, that data is collected, and that's what we're looking at here. In Oregon, down 6.8%. In Washington, down 5.2%. You can see we've been ping-ponging back and forth. And I feel it just on my stream. We'll have 20, 25 people in the stream one week, and lockbox activity that week is up. And then it'll be a ghost town on the live stream in the chat, and we'll see lockbox activity drop too. So I think that it's just fluctuating with the time of year, going to graduations, vacations are starting. So we're gonna kind of see this ping-ponging, but my prediction is that starting next week, we're going to see a consistent increase in lockbox activity. All right. Interest rates. You know, it's funny This week, I've had people call me and say, oh, I heard interest rates dropped a little bit. And in the same day, I'll have people call me and say, oh, I heard interest rates bumped up a little bit. So let's take a look at the national average on interest rates. And, you know, they're kind of both right. It's been fairly flat this week off of last week's highs. We dipped into or above I think we got up to 7.09 on our interest rates last week, and this week we're back down to 6.95, holding strong there. But anything could happen as we go into next week with the tariffs, with all the news in the economy. I'm just kind of waiting for something to pop in the news that drives interest rates down, even if it's for a short amount of time. We'll see if that happens. So our conforming 30-year fix, and we're going to talk about this today too. A conforming loan amount is a loan amount of $802,650 or less. If we go over that loan amount, we're in jumbo territory at 7.06. You could almost call that the same. It's less than a tenth of a difference in rate to go with a jumbo loan over a conforming loan amount. So if you are in that jumbo loan amount, I mean, what a great opportunity. Typically, we see this between 1/4% and 0.5% higher between the two. So it's a great opportunity. It's been this way for a few weeks. Our government loans, 6.45 for FHA and 6.47 for VA. Now, by the way, this is national average off of mortgagenewsdaily.com. This is my go-to website for all things interest rate related. The interest rates I use on my stream aren't the interest rates necessarily that my company's offering. I want to show a national average on interest rates. So all the rates we use come from this website. Let's go here. So we're at 6.45 today on jumbo loans. Here's a history, a month over month history since the election on a home with a purchase price of $535 with an FHA mortgage financing. You can see on November 2nd, we were at 6.62 was the high, and the low was the Saturday after the election, or a couple weeks after the election, 6.12, a difference of $172 a month. Now, that's the difference of qualifying with $30,000 or $40,000 difference in our pre-approval amount. So it's significant, but you can see we got back up to 6.5 and 6.25 in April. Oh no, this is May. Sorry, that should say May. But now we're back up to that 6.45. So we're, saving about $50 a month compared to before the election. But you can kind of see how rates are impacting our borrowing power. Okay, I think that's all of our housekeeping items. Hoping we're going to get some Idaho people. I heard some Idaho people are going to jump on the stream. If you are in Idaho and you are watching this recorded, you are not watching it live, throw in the comments what you love about living in Boise, Idaho. I was talking with my wife last night, in fact, how lucky we are to live where we live. This week, I was able to run down to the coast, dig some clams. It was absolutely beautiful. Come back. Last week I was shrimping. We live down the street from a casino. The mountains look beautiful this week. I know Idaho is breathtaking too, but for somebody that's relocating, give me some reasons why you love living in Idaho. All right. You guys ready? I'm going to go. So Liz Phillips sent over 3 listings. I'm going to go from least expensive to most expensive, and I'll make sure Liz's contact information is in the description of this live stream. But she's somebody that I would send my family to if they were looking for an agent in Idaho. All right. We're going to start at 2906 West Catherine Street. 3 beds, 1 bath, 1,080 square feet. Built in 1955. No HOAs. Let's see what Liz has to say. This stunning home flawlessly merges classic mid-century design with modern sophistication, thoughtfully updated for those who appreciate design-forward living. Now that thoughtfully updated, there's kind of been a theme on the stream the last few weeks where we look at putting as little down as possible to putting a little bit more down, but having a lower payment. And I love to see the thoughtfully updated, because that's going to impact how much cash I'm going to need to come in, especially in the lower price points, and update the house. Exceptional 3-bed, 1-bath home features striking stone accents, original hardwood floors, built-ins that capture the essence of the era, captivating stone accent on wall anchors the living space. 1-car garage, completely remodeled kitchen to December 2024. Quartz countertops, geometric backsplash. Can't wait to look at that. Cork flooring. Have you guys ever seen cork flooring? New premium appliances, dual pane windows, new custom window treatments, private paver patio, new HVAC in 2021. Conveniently located near downtown BSU, Idaho Airport and I-84 and Shoshone Park, no HOA. Very well done description, Liz, mixing some very good adjectives with very important details on the updates of the home. Let's dive into some pictures. Okay, I would call that pretty charming. Curb appeal. You can tell the paint is fairly new, fresh paint. There's your single car garage. Nice big front lawn. Guys, we're at 409,000, 410,000. In Vancouver, Portland Metro, you're not going to find a home in this price point that looks like this when you walk in. You might be able to find a home in the low 400s, but it's going to take 100 grand to bring it to this level. The first thing I notice is the very nice refinished original hardwood floors, fresh paint, ceiling fan. Nice big windows, slider out to that paver patio. Man, those floors, looks like maybe white oak. Beautiful. Nice big backyard. We're only dealing with 1,000 square feet, and that living room feels pretty open. We'll go back here. So it looks like right where that picture was taken, there's a wood-burning stove. Very cool. And there's that geometric backsplash. Or is that in the kitchen? I think that was in the kitchen. But very cool, modern fireplace. So it looks like they painted the stones black and then painted the mortar gold. It's very cool. And that gives you a good idea of the size of that room. Okay, here's our kitchen with the cork flooring. God, I want to walk on it and see what it feels like. Nice little breakfast nook. There's that geometric backsplash. quartz countertops, nice thick quartz countertops. Two-tone cabinets, very nice. And again, we're only dealing with 1,080 square feet. But the kitchen feels pretty open. I'm guessing those are original cabinets painted with new hardware. They look like $1 million. Okay, farm door separating the kitchen from, hiding our utility room. What a great way to use square footage, because again, we're only dealing with 1,080 square feet. Perfect little spot for your washer and dryer. All right, I'm excited to see these bedrooms. Here's a guest bath. Only bath, one bath. Nicely done. Bedroom number 1. Love the bullet windows. Original hardwood floor, ceiling fan, again, looks like fresh paint. Bedroom number 2. Bedroom number 3, they're using as a gym. Fire pit. Partially covered. Very nice. Oh, here's our one single car garage, which they're kind of using as a shop. Floor plan. To be honest, I wasn't expecting the home to be that nice on the inside. Again, I look at these for the first time with you guys, but that home for $409,000, and it says near downtown Boise. So here's where we're at on the map. I wish I was more familiar with Boise, but I'm just not. But it looks like you are very close to the airport. Okay, so let's look at some mortgage options on here. And I had some thoughts. On the next home, we're going to look at buying it as an investment property. But let's say you have, we'll save it for the next one. But we're going to talk about financing it as an investment property. I think this one would be a great one to do so too. If you wanted to, if you had an investment property or a second home, and you, let's say you have a student that's going to go to college in Boise or even at WSU, you could buy this as an investment property, roll over any equity from a property you're selling here in a 1031 exchange, and then rent that house to your kid. So there's some thoughts there. All right. FHA is not a first-time home buyer program, but it is designed to promote home ownership, and I think this house is a great opportunity for somebody to come in with FHA financing. Now, they do not penalize you on rate for your credit score as hard as a conforming loan does. They allow higher debt to income ratios, really designed for people getting started in home ownership. Purchase price $409,000. We also are looking at 10% down and a 20% down. If we were to do the 3.5% down the FHA requires, our loan amount would be $402,871. 10% down brings that down to $368, and $327 with 20% down. Interest rates, again, off of Mortgage News Daily, FHA 6.45 as of yesterday, 6.95 on a conforming is the national average. If we look at a payment breakdown, principal and interest $25.33 on FHA, $24.41 on 10% down, and $21.70 on 20% down. For all my people in the Portland metro, Vancouver metro area, brace yourselves. Property taxes $138 a month. Homeowners insurance is going to be around $75, I would imagine, depending on the insurance company you choose and the coverages you elect. Mortgage insurance, so FHA has forced mortgage insurance for the life of the loan, $180 in this example. If we put 10% down, yes, we still have to have mortgage insurance, but look how cheap it is, $61 a month. And then no mortgage insurance on the 20% down option. So if we go from $22,000 out of pocket to $48,000 out of pocket, we save $210 a month. We save $542 compared to FHA if we go 20% down. So we're looking at a total payment of $29.26 on FHA, 10% down will be $27.16, 20% down will be $23.83. What do you guys think? Those property taxes. Our property taxes in Richfield have tripled in the last 5 years, and I don't like getting political on the live stream, and I'm not going to too hard. But this week, the city of Richfield, who has a very fun to follow Instagram feed, announced that they're launching a new program called Adopt a Storm Drain. And if you go to the City of Richfield's website, you could sign up to adopt a storm drain. You can get a name that storm drain in front of your house, and you get to be responsible for cleaning it. They even give you a sign to put in your yard. $138 a month for property taxes on that home in Idaho. And I bet you the street sweeper comes by and cleans the street around the storm drains. I'm just joking, it's a good program, but it makes you think. All right. You guys ready for home number 2? Now again, we don't have a lot of people watching live, which is fine. It's beautiful outside, graduation weekend. But if you are watching from Idaho and you're watching the recorded version of this, throw in the comments about what you love about living in Idaho. For the people wanting to relocate out there, give us some on-the-ground opinions of things that you love about Boise, Idaho. And if you are watching live, throw it in the chat. But if you are watching the recorded version, throw it in the comments. And if you haven't, like, subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. We're in the infancy stage. All right, enough about me. You guys ready for home number 2? Going back to Boise, Idaho. Again, today we are featuring 3 listings, all listed by Liz Phillips in Boise, Idaho. A lot of people are saying she's the best agent in Idaho. Okay, 6512 South Lone Tree Way, Boise, Idaho. 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,501 square feet. So we jumped up about $65,000 in purchase price from the previous home, but we're adding 481 square feet. Built in 2003. HOA is $15 a month. Let's see what Liz has to say. Meticulously cared for South Boise gym, just minutes to downtown Boise. Move-in ready home. Features an open great room with vaulted ceilings, engineered hardwood floors, and fully remodeled in 2021 kitchen with luxury granite, gorgeous cabinetry, designer fixtures, and stainless steel appliances. Split bedroom layout offers a large primary suite with an elegantly updated bath featuring tile, heated floors, dual vanity, and walk-in closet. Bonus room upstairs with ductless mini split, ideal for office gym or media room. Recent upgrades include HVAC in 2020, water heater in 2019, fresh interior and exterior paint, updated fixtures, second bath also remodeled in 2021, east-facing backyard with mature trees, lush landscaping, curbing, storage shed and charming front porch, oversized 2-car garage located on a quiet street near schools, parks, and shopping. Stylish, clean, and completely turnkey. This one checks all the boxes. You guys know I like to be picky on my descriptions. Liz does such a great job at blending a really well-described image of the house with the important details that I want to see. Dates that the HVAC was updated. Updates on the kitchen with dates. All right. Let's look at some pictures. Okay, there's that curbing she was talking about. I really like that border around your shrubbery areas. Okay, you can see the fresh paint on the outside. Nice little front porch with a rail, rail on the front porch. I don't know what you call that, vestibule. You can see the bonus room upstairs. That does look like an oversized garage. Nice flat, long driveway. Fenced yard. Covered front porch. Looks like it's all set up for hanging baskets. Okay, vaulted ceilings, engineered hardwood floors. Now, when we're dealing with 1,500 square feet, I don't mind the lack of a real entryway where the front door comes right into the room, right into the living space. 1,500 square feet, I'd rather have that square footage in the actual great room itself or in the bedrooms, which I think is how this house is laid out. Fresh paint. I like this kind of niche up here above that wall. Ceiling fan. Cool kitchen layout. Have a little bar here with a breakfast nook back by the kitchen. Arched breezeways. Okay, two-tone cabinets. Those do look like freshly painted cabinets. Really interesting how they have this section here above the bar with the recessed lighting. Very nice luxury granite. Tile backsplash to the cabinets, cabinets to the ceiling. Big fan of that. Corner pantry. Very clean feel to that downstairs. Okay, I'm guessing this is the primary. Carpet looks like it's in great shape. Ceiling fan, fresh paint. Okay, here's our primary bath. Cool tile floors. Nice dual vanity. Walk-in closet. So this is what I'm talking about. We're dealing with 1,500 square feet. I got a walk-in pantry and a walk-in closet in the primary, as opposed to using that square footage and maybe an entryway. I'd much rather have that square footage here. Bedroom number 2, bedroom number 3, good sized bedrooms. There's that office bonus room area upstairs above the garage. Very nice. Now, I believe technically you could call this a bedroom because there is a closet. Guest bath. Oh no, this is the bonus room. I'm sorry, let's go back here. This is not the bonus room. This is another office. Can't tell if this is upstairs or downstairs. Okay, so here's our bonus room. Fresh paint, manufactured hardwood floors or engineered hardwood floors. Yeah, the office must be downstairs because this is coming upstairs right into the great room. Full utility room. Again, the uses of the square footage, I have a full laundry room here. Oversized 2-car garage. Nice backyard with a shed. Fully fenced. Roof looks like it's in great shape. Beautiful neighborhood. Okay. So similar to the last house, we're going to look at FHA 10% down, but then I'm going to look at this. What if we bought it as an investment property or possibly a second home? FHA, our purchase price $474,900 with 3.5% down. That makes our loan amount $466. With 10% down, that makes our loan amount $427. And if we put 30% down, let's say I'm selling an investment property, and I'm buying one in Boise because you can't get a home to cash flow in the Portland, Vancouver metro area. I put 30% down. That makes our loan amount $332. Interest rate 6.45 is the national average according to Mortgage News Daily. On FHA, 6.95 on the 10% down conventional, and then 7.375 on the investment property. The way I have this investment property set up is if you have landlord experience and you don't want to go through the hassles of qualifying and underwriting with all the documentation, as long as the house cash flows with the projected rents, we can use what's called a debt servicing loan, which as long as I have a decent credit score and I have my down payment, I don't need to provide all my tax returns, source all my income. I don't need to go through all that hassle. I can do a debt servicing loan and show that the potential rents on the property are going to cover a certain percentage of the mortgage payment or more than the mortgage payment. And that's all I need to do to qualify. Plus the appraisal and all the normal title and insurance stuff. But it's a really great way to go for an easy investment property financing option. So if we were to do that, our total payment, let's look at property taxes really quick. $127 a month. That's comical to what we pay here. So if we go back to our breakdown, if we bought this home using a debt servicing loan, $24.98, $150 out of pocket. If we bought it with 10% down as a primary residence to live in, $3,031, 55 grand out of pocket. And then FHA only coming in with $24,000 out of pocket, $3,345 payment. And this is without negotiating. We could ask the sellers to pay some of our closing costs and get those numbers down, but 3 solid options. All right. We're going a little faster than normal because I don't have all the local statistics that I normally do here in Vancouver, but I got one more. Looked at 2 homes under $500,000, but what if I want to go buy a McMansion? I want to buy a nice home in Boise, Idaho, and I've got money to spend. Liz Phillips sent over one listing, one more that we're going to look at. We are going to 1197 North Cove Colony Way in Eagle, Idaho. 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,046 square feet, built in 2001, sitting on 1 acre. Let's see what Liz has to say. Exquisite modern Cape Cod estate in Eagle's premier community, the Colony. Private manicured 1 acre lot, this custom residence makes a stunning statement with its wraparound veranda, mature landscaping, and extended paved driveway. Light-filled interior showcase soaring ceilings, crisp white walls, designer fixtures, and upscale flooring throughout. Great room features custom shelving, sleek gas fireplace, and elegant flow into a gourmet kitchen with luxury quartz countertops, double ovens, oversized island and beautiful cabinetry. Main level primary retreat with freestanding tub. We'll have to take a look at that. Dual vanities, a walk-in shower. Custom barn door opens to a large front den. Upstairs grand balcony leads to spacious bedrooms with dormers. Walk-in closets, private bonus room or office with separate entrance adds versatility. Separate main level guest suite ensures privacy for visitors or multi-generational, bring mom and dad with you to Idaho, living. Covered patio overlooking huge private backyard with no rear neighbors, RV boat gated storage area. All right. Beautiful, flat, long, extended concrete driveway. Very nice front yard. Great curb appeal. I like how the front door or the front wraparound porch has the recessed lighting. What a cool path to your front door. What a lot. Love the mature trees. More curbing around landscaping areas. Is that a thing in Idaho? Is that pretty common? We don't see that a whole lot out here. Okay, here's our front entryway. Looks like we have engineered hardwood floors going up the staircase. That is what I call a barn door. So this must be that front den they were talking about with the bay windows. Really nice woodwork or millwork around the windows and the baseboards. All that adds a lot of value in my opinion, especially if we're talking about the longevity of a home feeling dated or not. Having all that extra molding and millwork, I think makes a big difference. Okay, into our living room, shiplap around the fireplace. Nice big window. Gas fireplace. Like this loft area. Nice built-in shelves. I like how it is still kind of a great room with that bar here and a lot of openings between the two rooms, but the kitchen is still kind of separate. I like that. Looks like quartz countertops. I'm guessing those are painted cabinets. Nice stainless steel farm sink. Bay windows looking out back from the breakfast nook. Okay, primary bedroom. Same engineered hardwood floors in here. Love the ceiling fan. Again, bay window. Hermes throw. I wonder if you could, my wife would write that Hermes throw into the offer. Okay, cool flooring. Is that tile? Looks like tile. Very cool flooring. Adds a lot of character to this bathroom with the freestanding tub and the bay windows. I love all the bay windows on this house. Dual vanity. Nice big window. There's your walk-in shower. Okay, bedroom number 2, ceiling fan. Nice double windows. Looks like this kid is a rap fan. I don't recognize any of those rappers. But look, we also have, this must be that bedroom she talked about in the description. It has an ensuite as well. Cool. The flooring is similar but different. It's like inverted from the primary. Nice walk-in shower. Bedroom number 3. Hey, I love that light fixture. You guys see that light fixture? Let me show you something. I have the same light fixture. These people have great taste. Lots of character in this room. What a great family house. I can tell this family is awesome. They have the chill pill on the bed. Bedroom number 4. Every bedroom's a little different, has some character. Guest bath. There's that loft area. Oh, I didn't see that ceiling fan. Very cool ceiling fan. Walk-in pantry utility room. Bonus room upstairs. Could probably fit a pool table in there. Covered back patio with that ceiling fan that matches the one in the living room. Very cool. What an awesome lot. Drone shot. Very cool. There's your floor plan. Okay. We'll look at some financing options and we'll get out of here for the day. 20% down, jumbo loan. So anytime we go over a loan amount of $802,650, we are in jumbo territory. And that's nothing to be scared of. And typically it's a 1/4 to 0.5% difference in interest rate between your conforming and your jumbo loans. But with the way the market is now, look at 6.95 for our conforming 30-year fix. Our jumbo is 7.06. Guys, that's a 1/10% difference. It's nothing. That's a nothing burger difference between a jumbo and a conforming. So nothing to be scared of with that jumbo loan. If we did do 20% down, that makes our loan amount $979,000 compared to the $802 for the max conforming. There's the difference in the interest rates we just talked about. Okay. Another question is, how much are my property taxes? $299 a month. That is wild. Okay, principal and interest $65.54 with our jumbo 20% down with a conforming loan amount $53.13. If we add everything together, we get a total payment of $69.53 for our jumbo loan or $57.12 for our max conforming. Cash to close goes up $130,000, something like that. We're saving $1,241 a month with that max conforming, but our cash to close is quite a bit higher. So you have some options there. And those are just 2 of many ways you can finance a home like that. All right, guys, we did it. We went to Boise, Idaho, looked at 3 homes by Liz Phillips. I'll make sure her contact information is in the description. We have so many great agents that participate in the live stream. If you are looking at selling a home, reach out to Diana Rutherford, Gavin Huckins, Troy Jensen, all my preferred agents. And then if you're relocating to Idaho, go talk to Liz Phillips. I'm Cody, my mortgage hound. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here next week for another episode. If you have any ideas of what you'd like to see on the stream, shoot them over to me, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.